Well, welcome. Good afternoon. I'm John Fisher, Fisher Blades. I'm here with my brother Chaz Fisher, and he's going to be explaining a little bit about our new knife, our new production knife called the Beckwith. But before we get into the Beckwith, we've got some Fisher Blades business. Now, we've reached deep into our art archives, and we're raising some money for some new stuff here in the shop. So we have two pieces of really fine curated art for you. First is Lion and Bull by Frank Gaylord. That's 42, and we're assuming that that's 1642 because you can see the beautiful plains of Africa here. There's some damage here. And as you can see, the lion is definitely got the bull and bringing it down as only lions can do. We expect this to go at auction between $40,000 and $50,000. If you're interested, just please let us know, and we'll get you information on that. Now, our second piece of art. Now, this is very exciting. We believe this is from either the late 1600s or the mid 1700s. And as you can see, this is a beautiful port scene with absolute proof of aliens. You can see these aliens getting these poor fishermen here. And this is very exciting with what's been going on in the government with the UFOs and everything. So this is just yet another piece of evidence that we are not alone. Now, this fine painting is unsigned. We don't know who painted it, but we expect this to go for anywhere from 150,000 to who knows. I mean, really, the sky's the limit on this one. So if you're interested, let us know, and we'll let you know about the auction for that. Now, with that done, Chaz, why don't you tell us about the Beckwith and how you came about naming it the Beckwith? We'll talk more about the knife itself in more detail later, but we want to know about Beckwith. So roll it.
Well, it's the knife, which is part of a little family of knives, which we'll also get to later, is named after Colonel Charlie Beckwith, who was a titan of a figure in the U.S. military, specifically the Army. I think he served from about 1952 to 1981, maybe, and is well known for having established the U.S. Delta Force. So a little bit of background on him. He's a Southern boy. He comes from Georgia. He comes from kind of old school American values, patriotism and integrity of one's word and hard work. And he went into the Army seeking adventure, and he found it. Early on, he served in Korea, and when that came to a close, he got stationed in a few places, ended up in an exchange program with the SAS in England, one of the regiments there, and that was life-altering for him. It really opened his eyes to what special operations could be, what special operations should be for the United States, because the SAS was getting a bunch of things right. In connection to that exchange, he served a bit in Laos under some English command, British command, found his way into our conflict in Vietnam, did some stuff there, all the while pushing for establishing our own version of SAS, an SAS style special operations unit. And he kept on getting stymied by it. Of course, there were a lot of politics in the U.S. Army then, still are. And he encountered a lot of resistance and a lot of bureaucracy and not made here, not invented here mentality. And in the 70s, in the late 70s, he gained some traction, finally gained approval for it, and was in the process of recruiting and training that first force when the Iran hostage crisis hit in 1979. And then in 1980, actually before he was fully trained up, he got tapped to run a mission, the first mission for Delta Force, to rescue those hostages, which turned out to be the the failed Operation Eagle Claw in 1980. And pretty soon thereafter, he retired. So that's Colonel Charlie Beckwith. He was a sort of mysterious guy. He did write an autobiography, and that's sort of an interesting read. But there honestly aren't a whole lot of stories about him. Delta Force and everything around Delta Force is intentionally shrouded in some mystery. They try and keep that stuff quiet. They don't like to talk about themselves much. That's part of his personality and part of the ethos of Delta. And so there's not a whole lot out there. He got married. He had some kids. He had 3 daughters, I think. 2 of those daughters were involved in the military, and that's Colonel Charlie Beckwith. And we're
Cool.
super excited to have this knife named after him. The Beckwith Covert is the first in this little series. And in a minute, I might give you a little sneak peek of that knife.
Cool. Well, it sounds like he was a great patriot, and I think many of our greatest patriots are the ones that no one knows about. They're nameless, they're faceless. He obviously did a lot to improve our fighting ability, and we're honored by men such as him, and really cool that you decided to name it after him. We hope we honor his memory with the knife, and our intention to make excellent USA made products. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's worth noting, I'm not a veteran. I haven't served, nor have you. And
neither am I, of course. One of my greatest regrets, actually, if I were to go back, I think I needed it, and I think I could have contributed well with that. But
yeah, you definitely could have.
That is a subject for another video.
I think I was all right without it. Yeah, just a few noteworthy things about Beckwith. A few things that he said. He expressed really well what we have called before the no asshole rule, like in our organization. We don't like asshole. The only assholes that are allowed here are you and me. And one of the things he said was, I'd rather go down river with 6 studs than 100 assholes. So that
wise
was,
words.
I think, one of his. Yeah, those are wise words.
And I might just say, I might just alter that to, I'd rather go down the river by myself than with anyone. But I'm a curmudgeon. So give us a little sneak peek if you can, and then we'll sign off.
Let's do a sneak peek. So this is this
Woo-wee.
is the Beckwith Covert. That's
a fighting knife right there.
Oh yeah, maybe, depending on your mood. Yeah, this is a sneak peek of the Beckwith Covert. You can kind of see the size. It's 7 inches overall. This particular batch, which is batch 1, is made of AEBL stainless, hardened to 60 to 62 HRC. Has really aggressive thumb ramp for saber grip, blade manipulation. A pretty positive finger guard. This rear quillin here, right here, is designed to help facilitate the draw. And of course, you can see it has a Tanto blade. We've done a bunch of testing, pig carcass testing on slashing and stabbing with different blade types. And one of the things that I have found is that Tanto is a very, very good blade for both of those. And that's what we wanted for the Beckwith Covert, is we wanted it to accommodate both stabbing and thrusting style defensive fighting.
Well, I know you have a whole bunch scheduled, a whole bunch of videos and information, not only about the Beckwith specifically, because I know you have a very, we do, but you really developed it, is a carry option that you've really been developing with a little bit of my help, that is crucial in being able to have a knife on you at all times, and so we look forward to that for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about carry, because carry, draw, deploy are really, really important things. We've talking about that as well in some future videos. So,
and I think you're going to also, you're going to do some demonstrations of it, and I know you train with some of this stuff too, and we'll be getting into a little bit more of that. So, well, thank you for that on the Beckwith. We're super excited about it. It's a killer knife, and we've got more on the way. So keep posted here for art and knives.
Sounds good. Thanks,
All
brother.
right, that's it.